Scorpio, 2025 is a year where you are literally reconfiguring everything. I know that's a big statement, but as you'll soon understand as we get into the nitty gritty of your forecast, there are so many cosmic shifts happening this year that are going to affect your life right down to the minutia. And if you think about it, we spend a great majority of our time dealing with the minutia, the little things each and every day. And it is the little things that create the big things, right? So stay with me. I promise it will all come together. Let's begin with the fact that your traditional ruler, Mars, is retrograde as 2025 begins. Now, Mars originally went retrograde on December 6th of 2023 and went retrograde in Leo, which means the retrograde as the new year begins is still in your 10th house of career. And you have been trying to figure out the best use of your energy in terms of your career. And that best use of your energy is changing for sure. Because what you have to remain true to is this worth my investment? Am I getting enough juice for the squeeze as it relates to my career path, to my goals, to what is important for me? Look, we all have a limited amount of energy in this world, and your calling is very much connected to allowing yourself to shine in your creative self in career. That's why you have a Leo midheaven to begin with. And now, as Mars is retrograde over this point, you are very much figuring that out. But something interesting happens on January 6th. Mars is still retrograde, but retrogrades out of Leo and into Cancer, putting the rest of the retrograde into your ninth house of beliefs. Mars remains retrograde until February 23rd in your ninth house. And during that time period, you are having a course correction around your energy and how you are broadcasting your message out into the world. And you are going to possibly let go of any desire to get an advanced degree, a credentialization, to feel like you have to have that series of letters or credentials behind your name in order to be good at what you do. I think you're going to let go of that, a lot of you, or you're just not going to be as interested in putting your energy there, your focus there. So that will be an interesting part of this Mars retrograde for you. Some of you might be giving up an academic, spiritual pursuit, something connected to international matters, to a legal matter. You just might not have the fight in you anymore. You might not feel that it's worth your energy, and that's okay. Remember, this is a course correction related to your energy. And after the 23rd of February, you're going to feel renewed and supercharged, and know that wherever you are directing that inspired desire to broadcast your message in whatever format you choose, it's going to be worth your while at that time. Let's get to the crux of your horoscope for 2025, because so much energy is coming into your sixth house space this year. And I know the sixth house might not feel like a lot of fun. It might not feel like the best house in the horoscope. This is the area of the chart that has to do with illness and what we can do to restore our wellness, and also work, daily routine, your habits. So, Venus is going to go retrograde, and Venus is the planet of love. It is the planet of value, self worth, and she's going to retrograde from March 1st to April 12th. But between March 1st and March 27th, she will retrograde in your sixth house. And that retrograde is more about kind of figuring out, am I spending the too much money on my health care? Does that protocol need to change? Can I get certain supplements or certain whatever I'm doing in my protocol cheaper elsewhere? Or is there someone who could give me more value for the money that I'm paying? And so that's what you're doing the first half of the retrograde. The second half of the retrograde is all about your love life and about children. From the 27th of March until April 12th, there may be this feeling that a child doesn't appreciate you, or maybe a child is going through a situation himself or herself about their own self worth. And ability to make money in this world, depending on their age, or it could just be a self esteem issue if they're younger, or something in their love life. And you might be helping them through that crisis. Or this could be about your relationship with the child, not feeling as appreciated, just not feeling the love and going through a little bit of a rough patch there. Venus retrograde here could also be about an old flame coming back into your life, and you may or may not choose to reconcile with this person. Maybe it's not even an option. Maybe it's just that this person, you see him or her again in the grocery store, at a gas station, or maybe online they message you, whatever the situation is. But for some of you, you might be reevaluating your thoughts around love, sex, and dating, and you might be making a decision to go back to the past in order to resolve that matter for yourself in some way. But the real sixth house energy, the juiciest part, isn't so much about this retrograde. It's about what happens immediately after the retrograde in your sixth house. So on March 29th, there is a solar eclipse in your sixth house at 9 degrees Aries. And this is a North Node solar eclipse. So whatever you're doing now for your sixth house world, it's almost like you're destined to do this. It's for your highest good. This is a new beginning. And again, the new beginning might be about health, but it may also be about your work, a job, the kind of work you do, how you schedule your day. What are your habits? There is something new happening here that is very important, and you are beginning it within the realm of this eclipse energy. The very next day, however, the biggest cosmic shift of 2025 happens for all of us, and that is Neptune leaving Pisces and entering Aries. Neptune has not done this for 165 years, and Neptune is only saying, hey, what's up to Aries this year. That will happen between March 30th and October 22nd. And during that time, Neptune comes into your sixth house. I'm going to tell you a few different things that can happen here. There are a few different scenarios. So, Neptune in your sixth house, it can have you in this honeymoon phase connected to the work that you do. You might be feeling super inspired. So, just like it's magic, whatever your job is, whatever your routine is, whatever you're doing, it just may feel like, oh, I'm doing my dream work. And you might be doing that. That might be true. But this is a honeymoon phase, and honeymoons don't last. What happens after the honeymoon phase? Well, you come back down to earth, and you realize, oh, wait, there's some work here that has to get done. This isn't always so perfect and dreamy. There's a little bit of ick to this as well. And that is coming up for you here. But right now, during this time period, especially the end of March into the end of May, that's the honeymoon phase for you for sure. And so you'll be very inspired. Now, in terms of your health, I want you to pay attention. I'm not suggesting that every Scorpio is going to have a health crisis, but pay attention, because if you are starting to get mystery symptoms, or you're going to doctors trying to figure out what's wrong and they can't figure it out, and it's like a mystery illness, that is a Neptune sixth house energy. And it's just beginning for you during these months. And you may not find this to be a big problem this year, but next year it can become more of an issue for you as Neptune permanently enters your sixth house, which will happen on January 26th of 2026 until 2039. So those are the years where there could become a mystery illness, some kind of a chronic health condition that you need to spend more time on. Could be autoimmune related. It could be something that you're more sensitive to drugs or treatment for. So just pay attention to the whispers of this. I'm not suggesting that it's something definite for all of you, but it is a common situation when Neptune is in the sixth house. And Neptune's just starting that sixth house energy. What is likely to happen is that this honeymoon phase that you're feeling relating to either your health or to work and your daily routine, you're going to start to come off of that cloud nine energy and get into that process of reconfiguring everything. And that happens when Saturn enters your sixth house. Saturn enters your sixth house from May 24th until September 1st, and then will permanently be in your sixth house February 14th, 2026 on. So you have a few months of Saturn here with Neptune. And that's the time when this honeymoon energy, this, oh my gosh, everything is perfect and my dream come true, Saturn's going to introduce a problem for you to solve. And the only way to solve the problem is to reconfigure your approach to your wellness, to your routine, to your work life. Saturn here is going to give you a lot of work and not a lot of help getting the work done. So you may find yourself in a situation where your helpers, people who are helping you do the work that you do, they're not as available for whatever reason, or you lose somebody who you were counting on for help, and now you have to do more of the grunt work. And that can very quickly snap you out of that dream state, right? If you're all of a sudden overworked, that can happen for some of you. For others, this could be about that health situation coming up again. Saturn in the sixth house will key you into the weak areas of your body and what needs to be repaired, what needs to be fixed and addressed. And I'm not a doctor or a medical astrologer, and this is not a personal consultation. So, again, please keep in mind that this is a very general health energy that I'm speaking to you about. Without looking at your personal horoscope, I am not seeing the full picture. But with Neptune and Saturn both hanging around your sixth house, just giving you the whispers in 2025, you do want to pay attention if there is something that starts to occur in your physical body. You do not want to miss your doctor's appointments, your wellness visits. You want to do the maintenance, even going to the dentist, the eye doctor, whatever it is, and just take care of things as they come up. Don't ignore it. And you want to be in that, remember that your body is your temple, right? And the temple, the spiritual part, is all Neptune, but the body, the container, that's Saturn. And you're going to have Saturn and Neptune here for several years working together in your work life and in your health. As far as your work life goes, Saturn here will help you master your craft. So as you are reconfiguring the kind of work that you're doing, and your career path, your daily routine, all of that in 2025, Saturn will ultimately make you an expert and help you master your craft, but it's going to be a little bit of a slow process. It is not an overnight success. Saturn's going to be here for a good 2.5 years, but it's only dipping into your sixth house this year. It is not until February 14th of 2026 that Saturn stays full time in your sixth house. So just pay attention to the glimmerings. Know that you've got to take your schedule seriously. You've got to take your routines seriously, and that includes your wellness routines. You must make time for proper sleep, exercise, diet, nutrition, doctor's visits, all of it. You cannot ignore it. And I don't care if you're 22 years old watching this forecast or if you're 85 years old. It doesn't matter your age. These are your transits, and this is where your energy has to focus on. And that whole being able to make your own schedule the way you want it to, that's a Neptunian dream come true energy. But Saturn's going to remind you that even if you are your own boss, let's say, we all answer to someone. We all have to do certain things in order to get a job done. Saturn's going to gently remind you of that while he's there in your sixth house. So let's talk about some other energies happening for you in 2025. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, starts out the year in your eighth house, which is a financial house. And that is a very exciting transit for you that lasts until June 9th of this year. You can expect other people to want to invest in you, either literally financially, maybe join forces in some kind of business arrangement. This can also be when you get a loan, line of credit, mortgage. This is also when your spouse or partner is going to see his or her income increasing. And that's really exciting. And some of you will experience an inheritance. If you have investment money, there may be some growth there. This is a wonderful time to intentionally implement a revenue stream that will allow you to earn passive income, that will allow you to get money through royalties, bonus, commissions, any of that. If your finances are structured in that way, you will do very well while Jupiter is here. After June 9th, Jupiter goes into your ninth house and remains there until June 30th of 2026. That is a transit of growth spiritually, academically and intellectually, and also connected to international matters and broadcasting. So this is a lot. This is a lot of growth, and it's going to feel really good because you will feel that you're more easily aligned to your spiritual beliefs, to your core beliefs, and able to make big things happen in your life because you are so aligned to those beliefs and to your personal vision. And Jupiter here might be a time when you decide to go back to school for an advanced degree or a certification or a license. You may travel more internationally. You might get more religious, more philosophical. And, it doesn't necessarily have to be organized religion, but that is very likely when Jupiter is in your ninth house to be more religious and to want to get the knowledge around a certain philosophy or religion or belief system. And finally, with Jupiter here, it's a great time for publishing. Let me tell you, if you're looking to publish a book or anything online, even broadcasting your special message, that is a big blessing that's going to come to you very easily after June 30th, after June 9th, I apologize, until June 30th of 2026. Yes, all happening. Something else is shifting in 2025, and this would be the close second in terms of major celestial energies for everyone, and that is the planet Uranus. Uranus has an 84-year cycle and will stay in one sign for about 7 years. Uranus has been in Taurus in your partnership sector for many years already. And this year in 2025, for a few months, Uranus will leave your partnership sector. And this happens between July 7th and November 7th. And that is when you're going to see things calm down between you and your partner. So your partner has been going through major revolution in their personal life, their identity. This growth spurt in terms of their individuation has either stimulated your relationship and gotten you more excited about your connection, or made you realize just how separate you really are and how different you really are. And some of you may have grown apart from your partner, and there may have been a sudden break for some of you. Others, this may be this awakening, this excitement that you've needed to infuse your relationship with. Well, whatever that was for you, during these months, July 7th to November 7th, everything seems to be calm in the relationship section of your life, and there's no crazy changes happening. So it's kind of like you're coasting, you and your partner. After November 7th and until April 26th of 2026, you're going to get that final bout of big revolution in your partnership energy to revisit. But during the months when Uranus leaves your seventh house, it's going into your eighth house. And the eighth house, again, big money, other people's money. And Jupiter will basically just be leaving, will have already just left your eighth house, actually. And then in July, Uranus enters for those few short months. Uranus in the eighth house, I will tell you, the way to make money with Uranus in your eighth house, if you're doing investments or any kind of, commissions, passive income, bonus money, royalties, any of that, you've got to do something Uranian if you want to maximize this transit. And that is anything that has to do with technology, the internet, the sciences, anything progressive, you will see the financial rewards. Yes, it could be sudden reversals, sudden ups and downs. I don't see that for you this year because you're coming off of a Jupiter eighth house transit right into the Uranus. So this is more windfall energy than anything else. This is more opportunity than anything else in 2025. And I want you to maximize it. If you're into investments, maybe look into things that are more technology or progressive or inventive, unusual, connected to the sciences. Again, all of that. So that will be very interesting. Now, the eclipses. Let's wrap up our discussion by talking about those eclipses, the rest of them. We already discussed the first eclipse on March 29th, but on March 14th, there is a lunar eclipse that happens in your 11th house, and your 5th and 11th house are going to start to get all of the attention now with eclipses. At this time, the eclipse happens at 23 degrees of Virgo, and it's opposite Saturn. And this lunar eclipse can turn into a friendship break, a breakup. You may leave an organization. You may decide that you have to let go of this relationship or this connection because it's not really serving you anymore and where you want to go in life. And, breakups are never easy, but this does look like more of a loss energy to you. But it's the kind of thing where you need to do it and you're just going to cut the fat and do it. Then we have September. September 7th, there's going to be a lunar eclipse in your fifth house. And this is a North Node lunar eclipse. And this could be the healing that you've been waiting for between you and a child or for your child, where your child is finally able to move forward with whatever they've been going through. Or this could be a love eclipse if you're single. You might meet someone, and this might be because you are letting go of some old, outworn patterns connected to overly fantasizing and not being in reality about love. And, I haven't spent enough time talking to you about your love life. And this is important because your fifth house is a big emphasis this year, not just because of that eclipse, but because of the fact that Neptune and Saturn are leaving your fifth house for a little while, but they're going to go back into your fifth house, wrapping up those big lessons around love and romance and pleasure and what is real and what is the big dream and how do you reconcile the two and get what you really want and deserve in love. So if you are single, there's a lot of energy for you about around love. And I do believe that this eclipse on September 7th can probably be counted on as a big pivot point for you in your love life where you can meet someone if you're single. And if you are in a dating relationship with someone, you're going to know the reality of it and whether or not you're going to grow together or grow apart, but it does seem to be more of a fulfillment eclipse than anything else. Then on September 21st, solar eclipse in your 11th house. And this is as because of what you let go of at that first eclipse in March, you're now ready to move forward and create a new opportunity. This is a 29-degree Virgo eclipse, opposite Saturn again. This is a new beginning, though. It is a new beginning that you're very conscious about, very structured about, very organized about. So 11th house is also your greatest hopes, wishes, and dreams. And because you are so busy reconfiguring things in your life, this might be a point in your life where you're ready to embrace a new path, a new vision, a new dream for yourself, and do it in a very realistic way so that you can actually achieve that dream and vision for yourself. So, Scorpio, what an amazingly profound year. As you can see, you're reconfiguring everything, all of the moving parts in your life, all of the details. But by doing that, you're inventing something absolutely magnificent. And that is very much the you that you want to express out into this world and how you want to be of service to others in this world and ultimately what you're going to be known for, which is amazing.